So this might be hard to believe, but I started playing golf in the 90s and probably played my best golf around late 90s, early 2000s when I was playing a lot. In the time before the Pro V1 and equivalent golf balls were invented. Golf balls back then were generally wound golf balls. They were very soft, they would mark very easily, they didn't go as far, but they felt fantastic around the greens and you could put an awful lot of spin on it. And ever since then, I've been on a quest to try and find something that felt similar to the old golf balls but played like the new ones. I've really enjoyed playing with the Bridgestone selection. They feel very soft, but they probably don't create enough ball speed for me off the tee. I've liked the Callaway Chrome Soft X. That feels a little bit firm, but it does spin an awful lot around the certainly the full wedge shots. So now I've stumbled across these one. I've played before the Srixon XV, which is a high performing premium golf ball. It feels very firm, but it does spin. But they've now brought out its baby sister, and that's the Diamond, and that's what I'm going to test today. So I'm going to compare the Srixon XV to the Diamonds. We're going to look at chipping, we're going to look at pitching, we're going to look at full iron shots, and we're going to look at driving, and we're going to see which one performs the best, and also which one feels the best. I'm going to start therefore with a little 10-yard chip. I've got a sand wedge, 54 degrees. All I'm going to try and do is chip it onto the green, let it run out. I'm not going to try and play anything kind of special in terms of the kind of shot, just a general chip shot. I'll not put all these on the video, but I will collect the results and we'll look at them all at the end. So we want to finish with. So that was the XV, a ball I'm quite familiar with. Felt like I would expect. It does feel a little bit clicky, but maybe that's mainly the sound. So I'm going to try and play the same shot now with the Diamond. It certainly feels a little softer off the face, but again, that's maybe just a duller sound. Okay, that's 5 of each. Let's delve into the data for chipping then. So numbers I would generally look at for chipping would be launch angle and spin rate. So the spin rate is slightly higher on the XV, which doesn't surprise me because that would be, according to the box, of the range of Srixon Z-Star balls, that is the one that's going to spin the most. And also when it spins more, it tends to launch lower, which is exactly what we see. Launch angle of 29.8, spin at 2455. The Diamond's launching at 31, so about a degree higher, and it's about 200 revs of spin less. Not necessarily a game changer for me, although there is one spin rate in here at 1950, which is quite low. That would concern me because that might get away from me. Actually, as it happens, it's finished 1 foot 1 inch away from the target, so I'm not too bothered about that. And feel-wise, definitely slightly softer with the Diamond. Right, this is a 60-yard pitch shot. I've still got my 54. See what this brings. Okay, that was the XV. Pretty decent shots, a little bit of variety. We'll move on to the Diamond. Again, possibly slightly softer feeling, but on the longer shots, probably not quite so easy to tell. This is the data for the 60-yard pitch then, and this is where it starts to get a little bit interesting because unlike the chipping, where the Diamond launched higher and spun less, it's now the Diamond that's launching lower and spinning more, which would be exactly what I want. And again, probably slightly softer feeling, so it's a definite tick in the Diamond box there. Into full wedge shots now. I've got 115 yards. That's a nice gap wedge for me. I'm back to the XV. If you're wondering why I'm sort of stilting the test towards the low end of the game, the shorter shots, it's because that's where more of the game is played and where spin and field is more important. Okay, selection of shots there. Not really taking too much time seeing where the shot's gone because it's about trying to make a similar swing and therefore a similar strike to be able to compare balls rather than compare shots. This is the Diamond now. Looking at the full gap wedge then, the trend continues. It's launching lower and spinning more with the Diamond, launching around about half a degree stronger and spinning ever so slightly more, 9545 as opposed to 9487. Not a difference in spin that would concern me in the slightest. Okay, mid iron now, this is 160, it's a bit uphill. I've got a 7 iron, we're back to the XV. my first really bad strike, so I'll probably take that one out at the end. I'll hit an extra shot and edit that one out. Same shot with the diamond then. Seven iron numbers now then. As a rough guide, I would say generally 7 iron should launch at around about between 16 and 17 for me, and spin at somewhere between 6 and 7,000. So the XV first of all launched a little bit low at 15.8 and spun at 5,835. Average carry was 157, total of 164. The diamond actually launched a little bit higher, which is not a bad thing for me because I tend to hit irons a little bit low, but also spun higher at 6,705, which is quite a considerable distance, 1,000 more spin on average. Slightly shorter through the air at 154, so 3 yards shorter, but also closer to where it pitches, where it stops. So there's a bit more control in the 7 iron, even though it's not as long. If I hit more shots, you might find that that trend changes a little bit. There might be a little bit of a pattern in terms of quality of strike there. Finally, then we get to the driver. XV back up. The danger here is I've just hit that last 5 shots really well, so it's whether we can create the same with the diamond ball. Pretty good start. We'll take that one out and put another one back in there. It's a bit unfair that with a pull. There is something that's happened though that I'll show you in a minute. Okay, I said that something had happened with the driver, and this one's really blown me away, because the interesting thing here is that the launch angle on average is 11.8 with both balls. The spin rate on average is 2049 or 2041, so the spin rates are virtually identical, but the big difference is the ball speed. I've got 2 mile an hour more ball speed out of the diamond. So softer feel, a little bit more spin on the full shots, and longer off the tee. I'm playing the diamond. A couple of quick final points then. So when I've done the test, I've tried to make my gaming golf swing. So when I've hit my driver, I've not tried to smash it as far as I can. I'm trying to make the swing that I would make out on the golf course. You could see the accuracy was pretty good, which is another reason why I'd be quite happy with those numbers. If I was trying to smash it miles and the numbers were better, but I couldn't keep it on the fairway, then that doesn't really help me. And finally, that test is specifically for me. The numbers are obviously going to be different for you. All I can say is I like the feel of the golf ball. I've played Srixon golf balls before. They're also in that price point, which as a Yorkshireman doesn't hurt me quite so much. So I think going forward for a little while at least, I'm going to be playing the Srixon XV Diamond.